YouTube, what's happening? I am back. Your boy Dustin here is back with another video, and I am so stoked to be here on the continuation of this Keys to Happiness series. So there's a few things I wanted to talk to you all about today. First things first, I am not using a mic during this video, but I wanted to let you all know that I appreciate you, and we're gonna roll with it regardless. So one thing that I need you all to understand is that no matter what it takes, I know you're going to get to that point where you're going to upgrade your life. You're going to scale yourself in ways that you've never seen before. That's going to be a given. That's going to be there for you. And that is my hope. That is my prayer for y'all, ladies and gents. That is where I want to see you go and where I want y'all to be. I want this audience to be on this channel to be very outgoing with each other, and I want us to be honest with each other. I want us to be supportive. So I was going to make a video on something, on a couple things actually, but I decided, you know what, we're not doing that on this channel. So, you know, we're staying on track. I gotta stick to the script here, and there is a script that I have for y'all that I want to speak about, because this is a part of the series, and I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Listen, there's a couple things that I wanted you to understand. So you are gonna get to that point where you're going full gas for your goals, your dreams. Everything is coming together, and you know you're maybe you are getting the results that you want, or you're just living the life that you imagine you would live. You know, as far as, you know, doing the things you enjoy. At least you're doing the things that you enjoy. You have some sort of freedom. You know, I understand that we live in a world where, you know, we live in two-income households. You know, we live in a world where the dollar is not going as far. I understand. I know y'all are in different situations right now financially, but listen, don't stop being you is the point that I want to try to make here. The point is that you have your freedom. Money is like a boomerang. It goes and then it comes right back. That's how life is going to work for the most part. And it's a good balance. You know what I mean? It teaches us the lessons we need and the times we need. But the point is, your freedom to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, and have that control of that freedom, you know, to make even like decisions of just, you know, whether it's your whereabouts, where you'd like to be, on a specific weekend, on a specific weekday, what you like to be doing at a certain time, or if it's a goal setting thing that say, hey, you know, at this age, I want to be doing this, that, and this. So that's great. I support y'all dreams, y'all goals, ladies and gents, and I love you all so much. So y'all are going to get there. Okay. Some of you are in that phase where you're mid grind right now. See, that's where I'm at. I'm kind of in that mid grind phase, you know, and I get it. You know, there's times for solitude, there's times for quiet, and there's times for grinding. But right now, I'm actually stopping in my day to speak to y'all. I dropped everything, put everything to a halt, because I want to talk to you guys. And ladies and gents, I need to explain to you that you need to awaken that fire in you and never let it go out. No matter what the cost is, no matter what the prices you have to pay, make sure it doesn't go out. Because you'll notice that a lot of people who are you're going to cross paths with in life, who, let's say, may not support you, do not have that fire inside them, and they are not built that way like you are built. So keep pushing, keep doing your thing, and don't worry about anybody who is going to be negative on your journey, because they're going to fall off naturally. You know, the wagon's going to be going too fast for them, and they're going to drop off and tumble off in a haystack somewhere. I don't know. But you understand that you keep pushing, and just know that inside of you. Because we talk about that a lot, and I don't want you all to lose that vision. You know, I lose it sometimes, and then I get right back on track. But I think we gotta stop letting setbacks determine the fire inside of us. That's just part of the process. You're gonna take L's for months, for weeks, for days, I don't know, years, some of you, of your life. Some of you every day, until the day you pass on from this earth. But the process is what we talk about. That is the important thing. Okay, I need to tell you all that, so the dollar amount is not everything. It's freedom. It's the ability to be able to do what you want when you want to do it. It's the ability to be able to say, okay, I'm putting this other stuff on hold over here. It's important stuff. But for the time being, mid-grind, I'm putting this stuff aside and I'm going to do what I want to do, you know, because it makes me happy. Or, you know, let's say your spouse, you're going to do that with your spouse. Y'all are going to do what makes the two of you happy. That's just something that's become so natural to me, is doing things that make me happy. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it to you, but I think that is my reward. I find that, like, yeah, there's absolutely like money goals I want to set, but I'm trying to explain to y'all that freedom to make your own choices, your own decisions when you want to make them, do what you want to do. You know, if you don't want a car payment, you get to decide that. You based upon your decisions. If you want to pay off debt, it's based upon your decisions, the decisions you're going to make. If you want to buy a new home, or you want to get a new job, or you want to scale your independent business, your LLC, your side hustle, your grind, you want to start catering pizzas to large events, large convention centers, large cities of people who are going to pay top dollar for that service. It's a service that you're offering, by the way, and it brings innate and incredible value. You're extremely valuable for providing a service, by the way. I just wanted you to know that. Whether you're doing that within a company, whether you're doing that solo, whether it's your side hustle, it does not matter. It's all combined to one thing. And I want you to know it's appreciated. People appreciate you for doing that, for providing that service, whatever it is you do. If you do makeup, people are going to love you for that, because it's something that people need. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a service, essentially. Some people can't live without certain things, and they have the money to spend, so they're going to spend it. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that, yeah, you have that fire inside of you, and don't let it die out, okay? But those other people are going to fall off, like we said, off the wagon. Don't worry about that. But I'm going to tell you something. If you want to know how to deal with people who are going to be crossing paths with you and be bringing you down and saying negative things about you, okay, there are several ways not to let them affect you. If you're letting them affect you and you're just sitting in that, I understand it can be frustrating, but you have to respond with action. okay? And I understand it can be frustrating sometimes, but there are several things you can do in that case. You can outpace them. You can grind so hard on your hustle that you outpace them in life, first of all. By the way, I'm a very humble individual, but there are times in my life where I used to be able to outpace people that would bring me down, who would say negative things about me. And I would still treat them with love, but listen, I would still be able to outpace them. And it was like while I was sleeping, like I didn't even have to work. Nowadays, the world is different. You have to grind nonstop for the most part, unless you're incredibly well off, But that's okay because it keeps you busy. It keeps your mindset right. It keeps you, where you need to be. Headspace, right? If you're grinding with your spouse, same thing. Okay? Now, you can outpace them. You can stop and demand respect. That's a big number too, is demanding respect. It's like, look, I know you're you're saying this, but you're gonna respect me. And they need to respect you. Because if they're not gonna show respect to you, then they don't deserve your energy. Okay? A lot of people are gonna be like, they're gonna stop and they're gonna be like, whoa, you're right. I'm not respecting you. And then they're going to change. Honestly, I wouldn't trust them again. I wouldn't let up. You do you, though. Forgive, forget, and move on. Now, another approach is essentially just ignoring them altogether. Just completely, essentially, as you move on, as you demand respect, you're going to have to ignore them as well. You're going to have to cut off the number. You're going to have to cut off their number. You're going to have to block them out of your life. You're going to have to eliminate access, okay? Give them a very small window to be able to access you. And if they lash out or do anything, in whatever way that they want to, just be like, that's fine. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are not going to understand their respect. They're not going to change. They're going to push back constantly because they're never wrong in their eyes. A lot of people were like that on your journey. So in that case, you really can't win. You just have to shut them out completely and move on. Focus on the grind. Okay, you cannot be thinking about them at all in any second of any day, essentially. If you have to deal with that every day, people like that every day, then just keep doing you. Put your head down and grind. Don't even pay attention to that energy. Now, that is the kind of in-between space where we're grinding and our guard's kind of down when we're in our grind mode because we're exhausting ourselves mid-grind. I get it. Now, your downtime and pretty much any other time in between, before or after, they can't touch any of that. So, if you're not hustling, you're not doing X, Y, and Z, in their eyes, it's your time. So they can't really say anything. But they're going to judge you for the life you live, for the freedoms you have. But utilize your freedoms and make sure you're pushing towards your goals as well, okay? Another thing, too, is we're going to have to realize on this Keys to Happiness series, we're going to have to realize that we need to surround ourselves with nothing but people who are absolutely incredible and want absolutely nothing but the best for us. Do you understand me? that is the people, those are your people. Those are the people that build you up, and they are people that support you. Okay? If you have a group of people over here that are all in the same group, corporation, business, independent circle, community group, it doesn't matter. And they all are specifically there. Those people are specifically designed in a lot of these groups to build each other up. A lot of them create that within the groups. They're like, look, we got each other's backs no matter what. That is the kind of support you need. But there are people out there just firing off arrows. Okay, block those people out of your life. Forget about them. They don't matter. What matters is you're hustling, you're grinding, you're doing things with your life. That's on paper. I understand you're struggling. I understand that the bills don't stop coming in. I understand that you're having a hard time right now. But on paper, you have the freedom that you have because of the sacrifices you've made. Okay? You still have freedoms. You're not trapped. You still have the ability to walk up and leave. Walk away and leave. It just requires sacrifice. And the fact that, by the way, you're making great choices every day that are getting you ahead a little bit here, a little bit there, that are getting you ahead in this life, that is contributing to your overall success. That is contributing to where you need to be. Those other people that are stopping you from doing those things are doing the opposite. They're moving backwards because the only thing they know how to do is, it's a self-confidence thing. Let me explain it to you this way. They feel terrible about themselves, so they're going to bring you down. Literally something we do the complete opposite of on this channel. And I love you all so much, but I just get frustrated when I hear stories that people tell me about people who are getting in the way of their dreams. But you know what? Forget about them. They don't matter. And I have a fiery passion inside of me for all of you to succeed and to thrive. That is the whole point of me making this channel. You know, whatever your definition of success is, you've earned it. If you're putting in the work every day, if you're doing, you know, I understand we let off the gas every once in a while and we're like, you know, we have to stop and just like think, but the thoughts come in too dark, too deep, too quick when we're doing nothing. So I think if we kind of stay on that grind, it gives us an excuse to keep our minds busy. You know, obviously, if you're taking time off to go, you know, of your grind and you're doing things with positive people that are things you love doing that make you happy, those things are investing in your end goal, your future. So invest in those things. Spend the money on those things. They're good things. They're going to build you up, you know, because you're where you're meant to be. But don't lose that fire inside. Don't lose it. You know, it's tough sometimes because people are going to get butthurt about it. But listen, man, you got to do what's best for you. Can't be having haters in our lives and on our channel here. So, Keys to Happiness series. Keep that fire inside you. Okay? On this step and this phase of this series, we're keeping the flame lit inside of us. Staying on that grind. Okay? So we have the passion. We have the grind with the passion within us. The grind. That's going to get us there. We're staying consistent. Consistency. Blocking out all the external noise. Okay, we're demanding respect. And if not, we're pushing forward. Regardless. Okay? Because there are people that are going to respect you when you do that. The right people are going to respect you. You won't even have to ask for it. They're just going to give it to you for free because you're a great person. You know, and that's what's so important about the last piece there, is surrounding yourself with people and places and investing in those people and places that support you. And if you're spending money on that, like I said, that's important too. So these are the things that are going to drive us forward in the near future. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to get any easier. You know what I mean? We're going to have some trying times coming up, and we're going to keep falling, and either somebody or someone is going to have to pick us up. Okay? And if you don't have those people around you, you need to stay connected with them. Keep them in your life if you can, and really just motivate yourself. That's a big part of it. All right, I love you all so much, and I'm going to end this video here and hop off. But this is where the ice breaks for you. Okay? You have freedom. Do what you want when you want. Obviously, behave yourselves. Don't be going too crazy out there. But stay on that grind. I love y'all, ladies and gents. This video is for you because you are a hustler. You're a day one individual, and you have a great heart. You have a kind soul. And if I come across a little bit edgy in this video, it's because I'm representing your team, and I love you guys, and we love doing the talks on this channel, the life coach stuff. And you know, I am just some guy, but I am here for y'all, and I'm going through it now too. So this is my journey. Again, ladies and gents, my name's Dustin. If you do not know me, this is who I am, and subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see y'all in the next video. Until next time, peace.